had to get to that guala. The 20s, the 50s, the 100s. I had to get to them dollars. Watch me run up a check on each. I had to get to that guala.
And he's brought a great deal of family and friends with him. His dad's in his corner, his mum's here, his partner's here, even one of his daughters who's just 18 months old.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
18 big wins by knockout from DeSoto, Texas, USA. The IBF #1 ranked challenger in the world, Earl the Truth Spence Jr. He's the fighting pride of Sheffield, Yorkshire, England, the reigning, defending IBF welterweight champion of the world, the special one, Kel Special K. Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey guys, spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know I expect. Keep it clean break straight away when told. Both you watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch wood. Go on, lad.
Kell Brook really is the king of the welterweights because he's going to get a real stiff test in Errol Spence. I mean, this guy's a quality fighter. He's going to sit back behind that southpaw jab early on.
So maybe a thunderous right hand from Brook, who loves fighting southpaws. Rehydrated, recarved. Trying to get that jab going and a positive start from Brook.
Off that back foot, and Errol Spence knows he's in with a test here.
Always had good feet as well too, the thick thighs of Kell Brook. Circumspect from Spence Jr. so far, but trying to unload a body shot early on. There'll be the tactics to work that midsection and find out. Have gone up to super welterweight and vacated the crown, but he didn't want to, Cole.
And now he's got this defence, this mandatory defence, and it really is a stiff test. Kell Brook not looking out of his depth here. Speed-wise, people thought he might have struggled coming down to the weight, but it's early done.
Remember, Spence Jr., a pre-fight. Kell Brook's been an underdog before, and that just spurs him on. Another body shot from the American. Speed is so key here.
It is.
Kell Brook and the Truth, Errol Spence Jr. in the white with the gold tassels. Is he a golden hope of American boxing? Will be exposed here by the fleet fists of Kell Brook, who's got the experience. But Spence Jr. with so much talent through the amateurs and through those 21 wins so far.
Seen it when a southpaw fights an orthodox. Kell Brook found his range quite early and having some good success here in the second round.
Yep, right hand, followed up with an uppercut. Will he test Spence Jr.'s chin? I think it was in the Bundu fight. Also got a good win over Chris Algieri, Errol Spence, but Kell Brook proved himself over in the States against Sean Porter.
Drove down a little bit low. There's that body shot. He landed some nice body shots in the first round. And when them shots going, but this is great response from Kell Brook. I mean, he's getting in with some nice lead right hands and then working the body, and he's able to get off and keep that distance and just be away from the counter shot that comes back to him. Brook has definitely found his distance and timing.
Mixing it up. Nice shots. Spence has to take a couple there. Kell Brook.
He's got a good jab, Errol Spence, when he uses it, and he from Kell Brook, but Brook landing some nice eye-catching shots this round.
Good defence there from Errol Spence Jr.
Well, he's having to close the distance here. He's having to march forward with a high guard. He realises that. So Spence here forcing Brook back with that high defence. Not great tactics, but he's obviously confident in his own punching power and his ability to take a punch because he's walking forward. Brook, who's actually dominating here with his boxing ability.
This is good work side to side from Kell Brook, utilising the angles, body and head as well. Turn southpaw.
Yeah, there's some nice body work going in from Kell Brook. See it there, that right hand to the body. He keeps picking that shot, and that will take away the win from Spence.
Back he comes, fraught with danger. This defence.
The big test for both of them, but Kell Brook right now is winning this fight.
From the Sheffield 31-year-old. Some of the Americans also wondering whether this was just a bit too soon, whether he was too raw, Errol Spence. But a good left hand there, and he's got real power too. 18 knockouts. Very dangerous. Brook's always had a pretty solid chin. Was buzzed by Senchenko, was down early in his career as well.
And he's come out this round and just seems to be applying quite effective pressure. He's got a good southpaw jab. And when he's in close, you can see that strength. Good shot there
from Spence and a body shot that follows. The ring, light on his feet. Errol Spence trying to work on the inside up close. People shouting and screaming all round us at ringside. The fervent support for Kell Brook. But Errol Spence with a wry smile on his face.
Both boxing well. Spence on his back foot. Kell Brook having to apply more pressure now because he's had a bad start to the round. Made Brook realise that he's in with a bit of a puncher. Spence looking a bit wild there, a bit desperate. But
his rise, Errol Spence Jr. won virtually every single round of every single fight. But now he's under pressure. Now he's in with a man who's experienced long, hard fights. The jab over the top against the southpaw. The orthodox and southpaw styles.
Yeah, well, Kell Brook sits back on that right foot, transfers the weight so fast and sharp, and there's the counter punches there.
Professional career. It's only the 81st for Errol Spence Jr. Straight out of the blocks, Brook. Real tension here, and there's the right hand of Kell Brook that he's called his chocolate brownie. Time and again we've heard that. Errol Spence laughing eventually, but having none of it and coming back with a left hook of his own.
And Spencer feeling that. Kell Brook landing some nice shots, but Spencer just sending a nice reply himself.
Really beginning to warm up here.
Well, neither fighter wanted to give any ground and show any weakness to his opponent.
Both so positive and aggressive. Here comes Spence Jr. Brook is backed up on the ropes and blood to the mouth. Cut lip for Errol Spence Jr.
Well, in fights that are close, you have to draw on that experience. And you said there, Brook has got the more experience in the danger zone. You know, when it's not going his own way, he's able to turn it around. But Errol Spencer, you know, doesn't mean you can write him off.
Not at all. He's had some really good punches landed already. Brook trying to drag Spence into hard fight. Right hand from Brook.
Errol Spence trying to get something going there on his back foot, and Brook responding brilliantly. I mean, Brook.
But Spence Jr. has solved every single puzzle in front of him so far and done it spectacularly. Which corner will be happier?
I think the work of Kell Brook now, I mean, it's still a hard fight for him. Errol Spence is still coming, but Brook seems to have settled down better. He's using his jab well, and his counter right hand's great. And up close, he seems to be having the final say.
As to who has got the better of the first 4 rounds, where Errol Spence Jr. is. 3 judges at ringside. Our own Dave Parris, Adelaide Byrd, Alejandro Lopez. Kell Brook has said in the build-up he thinks both of them might touch down. They might taste the canvas. Body shot from Brook.
Looking really strong, Kell Brook. Nice right hand, and in the final round, I can't see that happening because he's able to manhandle Spence here early on and up close, push him back with that left hand and lean on him. It might be that natural size advantage he's got.
After the rehydration, Spence Jr. apparently about 11-7. Will it come down to weight and down to stamina?
As he puts Spence on his back foot and he's effective for them body shots, Kell Brook. Counter jab.
Elite fighters, brains ticking over.
Really, really good signs here for Kell Brook early on. If he can maintain this is going well. I mean, he's not mixed at this level. Let's not forget Kell Brook.
Oh, right hand from Brook. Peaching the shot in the 5th round.
In Kell Brook, he's going to have to try and change something, and it's not quite working for him.
And Brook switch hitting. Trained on those lines and circles in the Winkerback gym, but Spence Jr. comes back with a right volley here, applying the pressure on Brook. Great 5th, both having their success. One of 2 others at ringside feel it's closer. Was that a crucial round, the 5th? As Kell Brook starts the set in powerful fashion, and Errol Spence just seems to hang on there, looking a bit ragged as he tries to deliver body shots.
Well, Spencer here having to do something different, having to apply this rough and rugged tactics.
Right tactics, we're going to find out, because Brook's work is good.
I think Errol Spence has realised when he sits back, he's not fast enough. I say outclassing, it sounds wide, it's not wide, but he just seems to be in front.
This may be at welterweight, but he proved he had strength at middleweight. He took some of Gennady Golovkin's biggest shots. Yes, he didn't win the fight.
To put Brook on his back foot and test his heart and his fitness back down now at welterweight. If Spencer is going to have any success, no, not at all. He was stopped on his feet against Gennady Golovkin up at middleweight. He wanted to carry on, even with that injury to the eye socket, which terrible, obscured his vision. So he's really not concerned about what's coming back here from Errol Spence.
Titanium in the eye and a steely feel about Kell Brook all the way through the build-up. The family's over. He believes the belt's going back to Texas. Right hand from Brook. Looking strong here. And Spence having a shit punishment. And a right from Brook. And an uppercut. And is he beginning to get to Errol Spence at the end of the 6th round? Just a rugged feel to the Texan.
We're gritting his teeth and really letting some heavy shots go, but Kell Brook just looks the physically stronger and he's able to push him back after he's landed his shots. I've got Brook 5 up. I just think, I mean, round 1 was close, could have gone either way, but some nice body shots went in there from Spence. But since then,
cracking matchup. What happens next?
Or whatever it was from Errol Spence, he was being busy and he's still letting big shots go. But Brook making it awkward for him. I mean, he throws some quite unorthodox shots. Let's not forget he's got that Brendan Ingalls style, although he's not got the conventional Ingalls style.
Back comes Spence, though. The Americans have got excited about him as he gets a left hook away.
I think the pressure from Kell Brook's just slightly slowed down, and that's made a bit of a difference in the way this fight's going for me.
A couple of left hooks as well got in, and now he looks a bit ragged, Brook. Champions Keith Thurman, Lamont Peterson, Kell Brook here, Manny Pacquiao.
Just effective with that jab and that speed at this minute.
Back right hand comes Kell Brook, tit for tat at times.
He really had to fault it, Kell Brook, to get that success, and when he does, that strength tells, and here it comes again.
When he closes the distance, Brook looks a different animal. Those legs.
Spence just seems to have that advantage with that jab and a slight bit of speed when they're just out of range, but up close, Brook's able to lean on him, but he's landing lead.
27-year-old against the experience of the 31-year-old. Good shot from Spence, and a lovely combination as well.
Nice combo from Spence.
He was just annoyed by a shot there, Kell Brook. Good work from Errol Spence. Back comes Brook with a couple of clubbing shots. But the scoring punches with the American, that was back of the head from Brook. And the left eye is swelling badly of Kell Brook. How are you seeing it?
Well, I've got Brook worrying signs, really, for the Brook camp.
Good shot from Errol Spence Jr. there. His accuracy is excellent. His movement is getting better and better. And that eye is getting worse of Kell Brook.
Try and rough him up, because at this sort of range against a southpaw, a fast southpaw that's still fresh enough to let big shots go, this could be troubling for Brook.
Really applying the pressure now. Big left hook from Errol Spence Jr. It's Spence Jr. in the driving seat, and there's a right hand, and these are worrying moments for Kell Brook and his team. Oh, big shots from Errol Spence Jr.
Kell Brook hurt there, let's not forget, he's a big banger, big puncher, Spence. And he's landing those
30 seconds of the 9th round, and here comes Spence. And Kell Brook has got to hold on and use his experience.
Ship some heavy shots there from Spence, who can see the damage he's doing. As Brook backs up here, he needs to hold, he needs to try.
Has got Errol Spence now in the lead, and I think for the first time in the fight, and retain his IBF title. It has gone deep. Errol Spence Jr. is the one who's had much more success in the last few minutes. Oh, Kell Brook's hurt here, and he's down in the 10th round, and it's so early. And it was an accumulation, and that eye is terrible as well.
Kell Brook, this is desperate time. He's badly injured now with that eye, and here comes Spence again.
Errol Spence Jr. on the verge of the coronation. Kell Brook tottering all over the ring. He's going to be taken out here. The championship is about to change hands, surely.
Kell Brook needs to hold.
He comes back bravely, Brook.
Brook's not going to give it up that easy, but he's on the back foot, taking some heavy blows. What a man Kell Brook is, what a fighter. He's not going to give up. This is unbelievable, because he's been hit hard with some heavy shots. Spence is almost punching himself out, daring defiant in the face.
An uppercut from Brook, and a right hand. Unbelievable scenes here. Extraordinary fight.
He's literally on the fringe of being stopped and managing somehow to stay in this fight. We know that Errol Spence is a big puncher, and he's landing.
Body shots. Spence now to the head. Brook so brave, trying desperately with his home crowd. A minute 15 left in this 10th round. It's been a nightmare for Kell Brook, but he tries to turn Errol Spence.
He's a warrior. We saw that against Golovkin. He's strong, he's determined, he believes in himself, but even on the end of them heavy blows from Spence,
Somehow he's dragged himself back. Incredible conditioning. How did Brook survive? Down, almost out. Got Spence up for the first time in the fight. Real skillful, sharp shooter who's proving very much his worth on this stage. But a wonderful shot from Kell Brook. Almost unhinges Spence, who comes back again.
awkward left looking uppercut from Brook, snaps the head back, got back behind his box punching now, Brook, but he doesn't want to be on the end of them punches.
Oh, he's blinking again badly. Kell Brook, yeah, the confidence back.
Good shot there from Spencer. Brook looking troubled here on the ropes.
Holding on again, Kell Brook.
Yeah, he's hurt, that eye's
against Golovkin, the eye against Errol Spence, but he's gone down on one knee. He can hardly see out of it. And he showed so much valiance, but can he get up and continue? I think he's going to sit it out. It is all over, and Errol Spence Jr. from the Lone Star State is a new star. But how much courage did Kell Brook show in that 10th round as well? Errol Spence Jr. wins a great fight.
The winner and new IBF welterweight